Welcome to Nibble TV with the Sony Xperia Z here in a full review. We have this beautiful device now in our pockets for I think 3 weeks and it's amazing. I love this device. Maybe the ZL a little bit more due to the fact that that one has a matte finish on the back, but it's not waterproof. This one is waterproof. That's why we have here a big muss, 1 liter of water here. Okay, beer would be nicer since we are in Bavaria and we drink beer like this here. But otherwise, let's just see first what this device does and how it looks like from the outside. So we have a speaker here right on the bottom. I know on the front there seems to be 2 speakers, but it's only here for answering calls on the top, and this is the microphone actually here on the bottom. So this is the speaker for listening to music. We have volume control, on and off switch, and behind the little small flaps to make it waterproof, we have here for example the SIM card reader. On top there is the headphone port. And all of these are actually built so you can really use them also like this. They shouldn't never fall off, so it doesn't matter if you have this of course open when you have it in your pocket and your headphones plugged in. So otherwise we have here on this side micro USB of course, so you can charge and copy your files. Micro SD on this side with 64 gigs expandable memory. Inside there is a 16 from which you can use I think 13 or 14. Then we can also charge them via a dongle that you can actually see here, so you don't have to open up this little flap always. And on the bottom we have here some kind of EAN code, and you can actually use it also with a strap around your neck. Then we have here on top a status LED camera with 2 megapixel, full HD videos are possible. And on the back there's a 13 megapixel camera, also full HD videos, a flashlight and a microphone for conference calling when you have it just on the table like this. Xperia logo, beautiful, and the NFC area is right here on the top to change information with other people. So you can see here, actually I've been using this for quite a while now, and you can see it on the device a little bit here on the speaker. There is some color missing. This is the pink version, I know, the purple, there's also white and black one, but you can see here on the exterior there is some color already missing, since I've probably kind of sweaty palms and then the color just comes off. Otherwise you don't have to worry much about the display, since it seems like it's a big beautiful display, but there is actually display foil on here that you don't even have to put on there by yourself. Sony is shipping every Sony Xperia Z with a foil here right on the front, so that's why it will seem like it scratches a little bit easier, since that's of course plastic and not Gorilla Glass. So, before we continue, you can see that I have an Apple iPhone 5 here for size comparisons. You can see that, of course, the size is quite different, especially in thickness. They are actually about the same, but otherwise, of course, in size, it's quite unfair. 4-inch compared to 5-inch, and this is actually Full HD and has a lot more PPI, pixel per inch. Samsung Galaxy S3. So, the S4 is actually the same size, and so you can see actually this is the S3 and S4 compared to the Sony Xperia Z. And yeah, they're about the same size again here, but Samsung has a little bit more round edges. And you can see here again in terms of thickness, the Xperia Z compared to the S3 and S4, same size. Yeah, you can see my back cover broke actually, so that's why I needed a new one with the Samsung. And then HTC One comparison, you can see here again also same size, a little bit more round edges by HTC, and the HTC is I think thicker here in the middle since it has this wedge design, but otherwise yeah, both beautiful devices. But the Sony has missing infrared, the ZL has actually also infrared, the Z doesn't, so yeah, this is the size comparison. 4.7 inch actually, this is 5 inch Full HD. So let's just turn the device on and bam, you can see here beautiful display. I already shot a few pictures here, you can browse through them. This is a standard Android thing, and I have my music player right there. I could go back and forth from music to music. And actually let's just check out the pictures I shot here with the camera. We are actually in maximum brightness here and outside. You can see some beautiful cakes, pizza, and so on. I shot these in a store. $2 in Hungary for this beautiful food. This I made myself. It just looks amazing with the 13 megapixel camera, and again here outside here the clouds, just wow. So, but how does it look like when I just use the camera myself? Let's go here into the camera mode, and then We have to wait a few seconds to let the camera start up, but you can see here it's quite nice. The display is actually also quite great from all sides, except for the glare. Of course, you can see everything quite nicely, and you can shoot here really beautifully photos. You can of course also zoom, and you can flip to the front camera where I said we have HD, so you can see me here in HD now with my Lumix GH2 camera filming this little device. So what else? You have of course a few nice features in the keyboard, for example, but let's see the browser first. On one of my websites, tech2.hu, some parent put a cooler on the kid's head since he had a fever, is the latest news here, which is quite crazy, but what the hell. Yeah, you can see this is browsing through quite nicely. You can read it greatly. The fonts are all pretty nice and sharp. You can of course flip it. It doesn't take a second to make it react. And actually let's go out to emails and write a new email to show you the keyboard, which is my favorite part of the Sony smartphones for years now. The Xperia series, since you can use different languages here on the bottom, but every Android has that now: Hungarian, German and English. Let's go to English, and then you don't only have to type like this. I hate to type like that. I think everybody does on touchscreens, especially when you come from an iPhone. It's horrible. But you can also use swipe, and it's better than on all the other devices since, I don't know, Sony just does it better. You can type something like YouTube. Bam, it will know it. It will put it also right. You can choose between different words here. Let's just choose YouTube like that. You can do something like Brooklyn. I misspelled. You see, I went to the Z's. Brooklyn. There we go. And you can do also long words like, I don't know, for example, let me think. Regulation. Bam, there you go. And yeah, this is just one of the amazing things by Sony. And when you hit delete, it deletes the whole word. You don't have to delete it separately, each letter, like the Samsung does, for example, in TouchWiz. Sony does that a lot better. You can of course flip the display also, then you have it a lot bigger, and all the extra signs are right on top. You can of course turn them off, but you don't have to press an extra button to do a question mark, for example, and the dot and the colon are right there also. So I just love Sony for that. And well, let's go out again, and we have of course a lot more interesting features. Let's just close the programs up again, and then you see here we have again some extras, like for example you can take notes right away, write a note here. You can do also here a quick recording. You have an egg timer here, set time, and then it counts down, for example, and also here calculator right away. You don't have to look through all your apps that are installed here. I installed a few, like for example Jetpack Joyride, to show you the graphics, and that it loads up really fast, and actually it has beaten the Samsung Galaxy S4 in terms of benchmarking in 3D Mark, since it got the same points as the S4, which has actually a newer and better processor by Qualcomm, the Qualcomm 600 Snapdragon, and this is just the S4 Pro, but it's totally fine. You can see everything is fast enough, and the battery life is also fine with 1 full day of usage, actually, I would say. But when you use the device constantly for watching videos, it's not that great. You can see here we have 52%, and it goes down quite quickly, as far as I would say. Let's play some music. I have a favorite song here, which doesn't sound so great right now because I just put the device into water a few minutes ago, and this is the only speaker here where the sound comes out. And this song, compared to the boom sound of HTC, is not that great, so that's one drawback I would say here with the Sony. I don't listen ever to music like this, only over headphones, but it's a drawback. You can hear the difference, both maximum brightness, maximum sound level or volume. So this is the boom sound here, and this is the sound here. I mean, there's huge difference, both maximum volume. But what the HTC can't do, and a lot of other smartphones either, is putting the device into the water. Let me just open up the camera before. I like to do that and just check that all the flaps are closed, otherwise there will go water inside the device, and then here you go. You can see something happened on the screen actually, since the water reacts like a finger or a lot of fingers. You will see that it's not so easy to use the device now. I mean, the display is wet, but otherwise you can see it still works. And what's interesting, of course, with newer devices like this Sony Xperia Z and all the other ones, you can use them with metallic things, like for example Apple iPhone 5. If you don't have a hand-free, or just you want to use it with your gloves, for example. So this was my full review here of the Sony Xperia Z. I hope you liked it. We liked the device a lot, except for the battery life could be a little bit better, but maybe with newer Android the newer Android versions it will be better. Otherwise, one more feature here to the end, you can shoot photos right away like this, which is quite nice. You can see the camera opened up quite quickly, and you can of course set your music like this right away, so you don't have to look through your menu or anything like that. And you have some basic things like data connection, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and what was the last? I haven't seen it. And of course volume settings here right on the top to choose from, and settings. So thank you much for watching. This was the Sony Xperia Z here in my full review. Till next time, peace and again, my name is Balazs Gal.